Hello, first of all, I'd like for you to excuse my fan. It's really hot right now. But do you know that I've actually researched it, and in I think US alone, the self-help books, the self-help industry, they already are they uh I think they're already worth like 10 billion at this point. No, not at this point, because that was an article written 4 years ago. So I can just guess that this that does not include the people who don't actually buy the book and instead download the PDF of it, or maybe it also doesn't include like the new ones because that was 4 years ago. So we can just assume that it's getting bigger, it's getting larger, and I'd like to think that even with all the self-help books, the productivity books, the business books, and everything else type of books, they have different um, ideologies. They have different ideologies. But one thing that is the same in all of these books is that it talks you to act. It tells you to act. Ikigai tells you to act or move with something that gives you purpose in life. The 5 second rule tells you to act before your brain talks you out of it. And there's also atomic habits that tells you to act but make it small. Like the 1% rule, which is really good. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, it's like really nice. And then my favorite of all, The Power of Now. It tells you to act right now. Don't wait but act right now. And maybe that's the only thing you need to do. You have to really start to act towards something. What do you mean by that? The past is something you cannot change anymore. The future is still not there. All you have is the present. And if you want to get to a certain point in life, to a certain goal in life, it will never really happen if you just stay still in that same area. You have to act to get there. You have to act to get there. So all you have to do is act. A lot of us, we end up trying to research, and sometimes it's just an easy excuse to procrastinate to actually do the stuff. You can read so many books about how to lose weight, how to learn how to cook. You can master or like memorize all of these recipes in your head, even the steps and everything. But as long as you're not able to actually act upon it, you wouldn't really know if you can actually do it. You wouldn't know because you've never tried to act upon it. All you have to do is act. There's nothing wrong with being a beginner in something, but there's something wrong with never even trying. It's fine to be a beginner. It's fine to start somewhere. It's not fine to never try. Because that's how regrets end up happening. I'd like to think about it this way. I've never been afraid to confess my feelings to anyone. If I ever when I ever like someone, whenever I like someone, I never have this fear to confess to someone. Why? Because, how can I say this? If I act now, first of all, it makes me feel lighter after. And whatever happens, then at least it's clear now that the person either does not like me or does like me. And that's it. You just have to start acting. It doesn't matter what the results are. You would never actually know what the results can be if you've never tried to act. Because acting, moving towards your goal, is the only thing that you can actually do. You cannot, like, even in a job interview, you can be so scared to try applying for this big company. But the thing is, everything else is out of your control except for the fact that you can act, that you can try, that there's nothing wrong with trying. If it ends up badly, then at least now you know, now there's a result for it. Now you know it's not for you. But what if you never tried? Then you'll always live with that question in your head that what if? What if I did? And what if it did work out? And if it does end up working out for you in the end, then congrats. At least you did act. All you had to do was act.